Hi YouTubies, it's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hello, not my friends, hello, not my family. Um, Today I wanted to get in on the Scentsy nonsense. I wanted to check in on some MLM nonsense, and the YouTube algorithm god said, "Look at this girlie, she's quitting Scentsy." And honestly, I've talked about this before, but Scentsy pisses me off, if only because I used to watch these gay dads. In fact, their channel used to be called something like Two Gay Dads or something like that. They were like, oh, what is the word that the kids used to use? And by the kids, I mean some of the people that used to watch me regularly. Carly used to use it all the time. It was uh some a lobby a do you know what word I'm thinking of? An a noby, a lobby, is any of that sound? Does any of that sound like a word that is used in the lexicon of the youth? Carly, where you at, Diva? I know she would absolutely have the word. Basically like a not even a really an influencer. They're just somebody that's like out there making content for the love of the game. Anyways, that's what the two gay dads were. Okay, they were just making content about their life. They were just vlogging about their life. They weren't super successful, but I enjoyed watching their vlogs. Um, a lot of it was like some non-tent situation types of deals. And then one day they became Scentsy consultants and ruined my life. And all of their videos became about Scentsy. It pissed me off. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see you do sniff tests of your Scentsy products. I don't want to see watch you open up all of your goddamn wax melts. I don't give a fuck. Go back to showing me your mundane, boring life. Show me your grocery hauls. Show me you going to work at the Circle K. Show Yes, I'm talking to you, Brett, and oh, what was the other guy's name? uh Care Honey, thanks so much for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate it. I'm clearly such a big fan. I can't even remember the other one's name. It's Brett and something. Do I still follow them on YouTube? Should I give them a shout out? A proper shout out? Let me go look. Brett and Brett and Brad! Brett and Brad! Brett and Brad Scentsy. Yeah. Brett and Brad. This is them. Scentsy independent consultant. Scentsy vlogs food. Scentsy. I think this is Scentsy vlogs food reviews. Oh yeah, they used to do all kinds of food reviews too, and I like they were dumb, but I like to watch those too. Now look at their goddamn channel. March Scentsy News. What I've been warming, featuring annual catalog 2 new bars. I don't care. Disney love stories and classic collection first sniffs. I don't want your first sniff. I don't want your second or third sniff either. It's all sniffing. I don't want to sniff. So Scentsy ruined their content for me. Scentsy ruined their content for me. Pissed me off. Oh, there's a prediction starting. What word? What word will she say first? Upline, downline, neither / not applicable, or sniff? That's a fun prediction. So anyways, this woman's name's Alexis, and she's quitting Scentsy. I did watch the first like few seconds of it, maybe up to like a minute or two, and was fascinated by her claiming that it was not going to be a video bashing Scentsy, but also she's not going to be kissing Scentsy's ass. I was like, okay, that's an interesting way to preface. That's an interesting way to preface this. What if Scentsy made a squirt wax melt? Would you buy it? I wouldn't need to, because I already have two great candles from Goop that are close enough. I've got this candle smells like my vagina, and I also got this candle smells like my orgasm. Ooh, I think I like the orgasm one. I think it's the vagina one that smells grandma-y. It smells like like old lady florals. Anyways, let these return to the shelf behind me. Sniff is squirt adjacent. Have y'all seen the Shrek Swamp wax melter? No, I haven't. Did you give Gwyneth your money? A long time ago, Morbid Bunny. A long time ago. We're talking like, I got those back in like 2021, I think. I don't know. You can go check my main channel. I did videos on both of the Goop candles. We did, I bought Gwyneth Paltrow's kitty candle, and Gwyneth Paltrow has another candle. They're both available 5 and 6 years ago, respectively. It was a different time in my life. Anyways, are y'all ready to get started? If you're ready to see why Alexis quit Scentsy, if this is a flop of a video, deal with it. What was the old gif? Deal with it. Ooh, I really can't look through these because it's kind of fucked up to have a pink tint on everything. Anyways, if you're ready, put 69s in the chat. That's really where I was going with that. Okay, see, now y'all get it. Now y'all got it. Now y'all figured it out. Also, the girls loved the Reborn doll drama. They loved it. They really did. Lindsay Nicole, 6. Thanks for subscribing with Prime. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. The Reborn drama was something else. No, it really was. It really was. All right, Miss Alexis, take it away.
Well, you can tell by the title of this video what this video is about. My dog Rip is here next to me chewing on his phone, so apologies if you hear that noise.
Show us Rip. Show us Rip. I want to see the dog. Can I see that dog? Look at this dog. Look at this goddamn dog. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck at all.
Go into just a little bit of that with you. This is not intended to be a Scentsy bashing video. This is also not intended to be a kiss Scentsy's butt video either.
Does Scentsy the entity have a butt? Like, does it have an asshole to be licked?
This is just honest and true how I feel at this moment. I joined Scentsy as a consultant in May.
Not that's where the scents come from. The scents literally come from Scentsy's asshole, from its anus.
Of 2023. Because I love home fragrance. If you've been on this channel for a while, you can tell I love home fragrance. Like, I have had home fragrance on this channel for 10 years.
Listen, we were just talking about special interests. So let me not shade her for home fragrance being her passion. Do farts count as fragrance? That's the most home fragrance you can get. That's like saying like who needs home fragrance when we got home fragrance at home. The home fragrance in question being farts. The home fragrance in question being a fart.
I have been an avid melter of Scentsy since probably 2015, 2016 when I was first introduced to it, and it has been part of my home fragrance experience for the last decade.
Okay.
I love Scentsy. I love their wax. I love their wax.
Ooh, say that. Say that. She said, love the waxes. She said, love the sinner, hate the sin. Love the waxes, hate the company.
Clarify. And their counter cleans and other products. I love a lot of Scentsy's products. Back in May of 2023, I decided to join under my dear friend, Natalie, because I was buying a lot of the wax, and so I wanted to get a discount for myself. That was truly the main reason for me joining, is because I already was buying the wax.
That's how they get ya. That's how they get the girls. They get the girls by saying like, you already buy so much, you may as well join our downline. You may as well join. You get the discount. You get the consultant discount.
Why not earn a little bit of commission? That was my mindset going into becoming a Scentsy consultant. So in May, it will be 3 years that I've been a consultant. And by the time of posting this video, I hope that I have actually quit, but I'm working through a couple of things. I don't want to leave anybody hanging by me.
You hope? You hope by the time that you post this video, you've actually quit? So have you quit or what? Have you quit or not?
Quitting. I'll just say that. But once I kind of get all those bows wrapped up, I will be exiting. So maybe by the time I post this video, that actually will have occurred. But if not, it will happen. It will happen soon. And I decided that this is the right moment for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One, I really just do not align with Scentsy's business practices, in particular in the last year.
Tell me more, because I never aligned with Scentsy's business practices because they're an MLM. Because they're those MLMs.
There have been many things and changes that Scentsy has made that I just say, okay, let's wait and see how it goes. Change is hard. Try to go at it with an open mind, and let's just see how it goes. That I have said probably 6 times in the last year alone. I understand that the economy the last 4 or 5 years.
What was that edit? What was that edit?
I understand that the economy the last 4 or 5 years has been tough for everybody, and Scentsy also needs to be able to pay the bills, pay their employees, sustain themselves, and grow. I get that.
Girl, you do not need to feel bad for any corporation, let alone one that's an MLM that is like exploiting people like you who are what is making them money.
To me, recently, what has just become my breaking point is I feel like the writing is on the wall that they are pushing consultants out.
She looks like she'd hide a zombie bite. That is such a crazy read. That is such a crazy read. She looks like she'd hide a zombie bite. She looks like she wouldn't tell you that she got bit by a zombie.
Whether it's intentional, whether it's unintentional, it just seems like That is very clearly the direction that they are going. I feel that way because of the fact that with the new website and the rebrand, that you don't have to have a consultant. Anybody can just go onto the website and order just direct. And
Oh, so has Scentsy like made a plan to try to like shift away from being an MLM? Scentsy, let me just do some research because I don't actually know that much about it. Moving away from consultants. Oh, crazy that one of the first things that comes up when I search Reddit, or not search Reddit, when I search Google, is a link to a Reddit with this exact video, um, that has it up where they're talking about it. What does this say? Since these new era, influencers are quietly restructuring. When you've lived inside a multi-level marketing company, you develop a sixth sense for when something is off. This weekend, that instinct kicked in hard. Thanks to DC, an anti-MLM creator on YouTube, her Saturday night livestream broke open a conversation that Scentsy consultants, customers, and ex-consultants like me needed to have. Scentsy is shifting its entire strategy, and they're doing it in ways that raise serious ethical and regulatory questions. So this here's the article I'm reading, by the way, from Danny DeHeck, and this seems to be the video they're referencing. Since he's quietly reshaping its entire business model over the last year, and the pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. Between restructuring, regulatory pressure, and a sudden pivot in product strategy, the company is signaling instability. Several major shifts have already taken place. There's been layoffs at the distribution centers, compensation plan changes since he announced adjustments to their compensation plan that effectively raise the barrier to entry for new consultants and make it harder for new consultants to stay active or even earn bonuses. Um, This included PRV requirements, stricter GW, I don't know what that means, thresholds, increased active frontline requirements, and tighter enforcement of rank maintenance. It was a tightening of expectations, which is exactly what MLMs do when recruitment slows and consultant churn rises. YouTube creators have been covering the fallout, including reaction to Scentsy leadership addressing compensation plan changes. They've been rebranding, uh, consolidating its pod products under a new unified label, Scentsy Air, a classic MLM move when sales are stagnant. Rebrand, rename, and relaunch. A surprising pivot to candles. After years of rebranding themselves as the safe alternative to candles, they reversed course and launched their own candle line. On January 15, 2026, the Direct Selling Self-Regulatory Council issued a formal recommendation that Scentsy correct misleading earnings claims made by consultants. 12 separate claims were flagged for failing to clearly disclose how atypical those incomes were. This shows regulators are watching Scentsy more closely and that consultant behavior is still a compliance problem. Okay, so there it sounds like there's just some shit to be going down. But also they probably do need to move away from consultants. Also, sorry, I was reading all of that and not looking at chat. Well, look at Tupperware and Pampered Chef used to only be through your local lady. Yeah. Um, what makes them a consultant though? So far, sounds just like affiliate deals for influencers to me. Well, mini scenes. I think that's the issue is that it sounds like they're so for Scentsy to be a consultant like you used to have to go through a consultant in order to get your Scentsy product. So you'd have to know somebody who sells them, whether that's somebody in your personal community I think that a lot of MLM people like to try to sell stuff via like TikTok lives and stuff like that. But you had to know somebody who you could use their like website, their link. Um, I mean, I think maybe back in the day it was more of like a like personal, like you come here for a Tupperware party, a Pampered Chef party, etc. And you order through like a catalog or a magazine. And what she is saying, what Alexis is saying, is that like they're now just letting people buy Scentsy products through Scentsy's website. Like you don't need a consultant anymore to do that. And so then it's like, well, what's the point of being a consultant then? Why would people be why would people feel the need to come to me to get that, to purchase those things? Kyle Chaos, by the way, thank you so much for subscribing at tier 1 for 6 months in advance. Appreciate it. It's all fun and games and seems safe without a flame until a kid is dumb and knocks over a hot lamp and spills a whole wax warmer on the carpet. It's me, I'm kid. Oh, I got gifted a like candle warmer. And I love that shit. The candle I've been using in it has lasted a really long time.
Not have to select a consultant, and the box that you select to pick a consultant is this big on the website. But then there's this box about finding a consultant at the very bottom if you scroll down. It's not making it obvious for you to pick a consultant. So I can speak for a lot of consultants, I would think, that get a lot of orders by people locally to them, going on there and finding somebody near them and purchasing through them. Now you don't have to do that. Do you know how many sales that takes away from your consultants that are promoting?
It's almost like they never gave a shit about the consultants and their downlines to begin with. Like, no shade to this girly, but I don't think anybody ever like and Cincy headquarters probably ever cared about you as a consultant.
The product, and who are buying the product, sending out testers, sending out catalogs, making videos if they have a channel, just hustling to promote these products, and you don't even make it you don't make it necessary, and then you don't make it clear that people have to actually select a consultant. To me, that's kind of writing on the wall. Second thing is there is an obvious affiliate program out there. I've seen marketing for it, and all these influencers that have nothing to do with home fragrance are getting these big hundreds of dollar PR packages. Now, I understand there's too many consultants for you to send out a $300 PR package to. I get
Oh, but that would be I could see why she'd be frustrated with that too. But again, I think it all comes back to like the bottom line for any company, any corporation is to make money, first of all. And second of all, these folks never gave a shit about you as a consultant to begin with. And it sucks that like I mean like I guess the one thing I will say is like it's good that she's seeing this stuff now. I think that's like I think that's like what's frustrating about it though, is that so many people get sucked in that they don't see all of this until it's like too late.
that. But the people that are promoting and hustling and spending their own money to promote this business aren't getting any of those types of perks. Well, that in general, I just felt like was my last straw. Because like I said, there have been so many times throughout this year that I have been like, okay, just hold on, just see, and I'm at my breaking point.
Her editing her editing is so fascinating because she like literally cuts in the middle of words and stuff. It's very disarming. Okay, I'm getting it. Sounds like anyone could be one of these consultants previously, as they were only sending $300 packs to them. Well, it's not necessarily like you have to like buy into the company to become a consultant. Like there is some level of like you have to commit financially to being a part of Scentsy to be a consultant. Whereas like the I say buy into, I'm probably not using the right language, but the thing about MLMs, and I don't know, I know many scenes you're from the UK, so I don't know how prevalent MLM uh, marketing companies, etc., are in the UK, but companies like Scentsy that are MLMs, um, they're structured around the concept that they have, in this case, consultants who sell their product. However, the consultants get like perks and bonuses and things like that for getting other people to sign up as consultants underneath them. And typically to be a consultant, like I said, you have to like buy in some kind of way. And so like I think in this case, it's usually some kind of like you have to buy a kit or something like that to sign up. And so it costs you to like become a part of these businesses and then they oftentimes become about like getting other people to sign up for you because that's like where the bonuses and the money and stuff like that comes from. And very often the people at the very bottom of the downline make very little money. And you can only really make a lot of money if you get in on the ground floor. Yeah, like Megan said in the chat. So that's why a lot of people take issue with a lot of these like MLM businesses. I'm by no means like an anti MLM content expert and aficionado. It's very different than like when she's talking about like influencers and like this affiliate program. That's very different. Like I think affiliate programs are something that a lot of people are familiar with in online spaces where it's like, oh, like you have like an affiliate link. Like Amazon has a lot of people who post affiliate links, right? So it's like, oh, if I got something from Amazon that I really like and people ask me for a link and I'm an Amazon affiliate, then I can link you to it. If you use my link, I typically get some kind of commission from that. That's different. That's not what we're talking about here. You don't necessarily have to buy anything in that case. So yeah. And then they lose money when their product they bought doesn't sell. So to get out and make anything back, they end up selling it at an extreme discount. Yes, exactly.
This is not an easy decision, by any means. Couple other things that I have been thinking about that kind of also helped get me to this point was I'm not making money off of this, you guys. Have I had a couple of great months? Absolutely. Like November.
Me saying all of that just by chance was at the right time because now she's telling you what I was just telling you. She's not making money from this. She's losing money from it, probably more likely.
When all of those Bring Back My Bars came out, fantastic month. But we have to pay for the website. I buy product to share with you on my channel, and that costs money.
Mm-hmm.
That costs a lot of money. And granted, it's for me too, because obviously I want to try the collections and I love wax, but that costs money to do that. And I do feel like because I'm a consultant and because I have a YouTube channel, I buy more collections than I might if I was just a consumer. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to promote it. I want to share it with you, just experience it because I love home fragrance myself. So I do feel this internal kind of push to buy the new collections and be reviewing them. And I've enjoyed that. Don't get me wrong. Like I have, but
Well, yeah, but it's also not just about you enjoying that personally. Like it's about this is a business. You're supposed to be making money on it. So I think now you can all also understand why she's frustrated that influencers are getting these PR packages to sell the product, but if she wants to sell the product herself and she wants to show people what it's like, she has to buy the product herself just to demonstrate like what she wants to share with you all. So yeah, obviously it would be really frustrating to see just like random influencers get large amounts of free products, while she has to like buy everything on her own as a consultant in order to just like showcase it on her YouTube channel.
I've spent a lot of money that way. So that's a couple parts of it. So buying the samples, buying the catalogs, sending that out. I was sending out Happy Mail to my customers twice a year with the new catalogs. And, all of that is money. It's like all investments into your business. But then guess what? I have to pay taxes kind of twice, right? Because I pay taxes when I buy something, and then I have to pay taxes again on the income that I made at the end of the year. So like in January this year, I made $22. That covers the website. That just keeps my website open. And so in February, it's looking like I'm going to make like $80. So then if you take out the $15 it costs for the website, and then the taxes I have to pay on that $80, what am I going to get out of it? Like $40? That's not worth it. That is not worth feeling this way for $40, And I feel honestly really grateful that
Which is why it's a scam, diva. But also, like, here's the thing. I really also don't I don't like hold it against most of the people who get like reeled into the MLMs. At least not the people who are like she seemingly got roped into this because she genuinely enjoys like wax melts and stuff like that. I think we also all know the girlies that we went to high school with who have jumped from like MLM to MLM to MLM, and like for me it's kind of hard for me to be like feel any kind of like sympathy for them when it's like, girl, at what point did you not realize that you're just jumping from MLM to MLM? Like, it's never gonna be what you think it is. But these companies love to prey on I think specifically women. They love to prey on this like idea that you can have it all, that you can be your own boss, you can be a stay-at-home mom and have a side hustle and things like that. And that is also really frustrating. That's really, really frustrating. They get preyed on most of the time and never make it out better, usually financially crash because of it. Oh, for sure. I used to watch this girly, this mom on TikTok. I don't know why her lives got suggested to me. But I got this woman who was a part of this like selling digital marketing classes MLM scheme, because the whole thing is that you have to have like a product, an actual like tangible product for it not to just be a straight up pyramid scheme. And so this one was like, oh, you get digital classes that teach you how to be a digital marketer. But then it's like, you now have to sell those classes to other people because most people don't have any other kind of business. And I just always felt so bad for her because all of her pitches and her live streams were like, this is a great way for me to make easy money, and like I'm just trying to make ends meet for my kids, and I want them to be able to have a great life, and I'm already working a whole other job on top of this, and blah blah. And I'm just like, that is so sad to me that these companies prey on people like that.
Never blew up into something big because I can easily step away. There are so many people, and these are the people my heart goes out to, that have made this a business, right? And really are using that extra income. They're paying their car payment, they're paying utility bills, it's helping pay their mortgage, it's paying for their kids' club sports, whatever. I feel for those people because it feels like a large part of their income is probably being redirected just to go right to Scentsy. So that was another reason. I just financially, really, when I crunch the numbers, it's not worth it. I'm not making enough money to make it worth it.
Yeah.
The third reason I decided that I think now is the good time, and I feel good about this decision, I really do, is I am working so hard the last few months to really change parts about myself that I don't like.
Oh,
And
okay.
one of those things is how much money I've spent on wax and how much wax I have in general.
Okay. Okay, overconsumption awareness. We like a diva who has some awareness about her overconsumption.
I have over 600 Scentsy bars alone. Why in the world would I ever need another Scentsy bar again? I don't.
No, for real. That is wild. That that is what 600 Scentsy bars. I think we've arrived at the right decision. I think we've arrived at the right decision. Well, they were to sell. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily to sell. She was because a lot of the sales at this point for Scentsy are online anyways. Her complaints about what's changed with Scentsy is that they've rerouted people from going through a consultant and just going straight through the Scentsy website. You don't have to necessarily sell them directly like that. I'm sure she could though. I'm sure she could, but I it kind of sounds like she's acknowledging like she just bought them for she just has a lot of them.
If I melted a bar a day, it would take me over 2 years
Right.
to finish what I had. That is crazy. So I just really am working hard on my weight loss, on, saving more money and not buying as much wax. Like, that is truly my focus. And I don't see Scentsy being aligned with who I am becoming, if that
Okay.
makes sense. I
Work.
don't mean for that to sound dramatic. I still am.
It didn't sound that dramatic. We love that. We love aligning our values. We love aligning things in our life with what we want out of our life, you know?
Still am the same person, you know what I mean? But I am so focused on these other goals right now and trying to lose weight and trying just to do
I
XYZ.
didn't realize how do I get on these weight loss girlies? I did not realize she was trying to lose weight. Home fragrance empties. Okay, she's still making fragrance content. Project Use It Up. Goodbye overconsumption. Project Use It Up month 2. Okay, but she's working on it. She's working on it. I would argue by talk maybe she's trying to just be like, look at everything I finished, but also these empty videos are usually like encouraging people to buy the things because you give your review about if you like them or you don't. Um but yeah, she's on a weight loss journey. Okay, her channel's just a little bit of everything then. Bath and Body Works empties, home fragrance empties. She just got a little bit of everything. Financial reset. It still seems like she's doing some fragrance content though, but that probably is her bread and butter on in terms of like what she does on YouTube. So I could see why she's trying to like transition everything in. For sure, for sure. All right, anyways, back to the video we were watching. I was just curious. I hope she buys her own materials and does a channel about making stuff. She can do this. It sounds like she's trying to get away from having stuff.
The last thing I need is to have something in my life that entices me to bring more wax in, that I'm frustrated with the company every 6 weeks because something else is changing or something else has, come out. And it's really sad because, like I said, I have loved Scentsy's products. I truly love their wax. I love their counter cleans. They have
Well,
beautiful
clearly you love their wax if you have 600 bars.
warmers. And I'm still going to talk about what I'm using from Scentsy on my channel. This is not a boycott Scentsy video. That's not how I feel. Am I frustrated and disheartened with the direction that I feel like they are going? Absolutely. But
Interesting.
I still love their wax. Now, do I see myself buying a lot of their wax? No, I don't. I had a couple of clubs open, one of them that I never actually shipped from the November Bring Back My Bar, and it had some of my favorite bars in there. Black Forest Pine, just a good handful.
I love is it Black Forest or Black Ice? The little tree car scents. Those were the little trees that I hung in my rearview mirror growing up. And by growing up, I mean when I turned 16 and got a car. I fucking loved that shit. I loved my car smelling like some black ice. Yeah.
Of my absolute favorite bars. And I just went and I canceled it. Wax should not hold any sort of power over you in that way. And that's something I'm telling myself. And so when I clicked that cancel button, it actually was really easy. I'm in control of me. I'm in control of my life.
Girl, yeah, wax should not have control of you like that. Wax should not have that kind of control over your life. Did that make us gay? It was very man scent coded. Well, y'all know I love a man scent. I do love a man scent.
What comes into my home, what gives me peace, what gives me anxiety, we get rid of it, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want wax to have anything on me. I don't want to feel like wax is controlling me. And so I just canceled it.
Good.
Down outright.
Take back your power. Take back your power. Fuck this wax.
Yeah, so for those reasons, not really aligning with their business practice at the moment. I'm not making that much money really at all with Scentsy, and then it's just not aligning with who I am trying to become. For those reasons,
she is talking about wax like it's like a drug or something, but it does sound like she has a problem when it comes to wax. So
I have decided to quit. I didn't want to necessarily draw attention to this, but I've talked about being a Scentsy consultant on my channel for the last 3 years. So I've posted about it in my group. So the people in my group are, well aware. I've chatted with some people about it personally, but I thought this video would just be
Remember when ALR had a huge tote of wax melts? I remember that. And then she also had the wall. Or was that Eric and Ricky's wall of Bath and Body Works candles, or did she have her own? Because Eric and Ricky back in the day also loved a Bath and Body Works candle. Like, no lie. I know we're here for a hee-hee and a ha-ha, but I'm really proud of her, and I think this is a really hard thing to do when you're in an MLM. They're really culty and can be really hard to leave. Oh, absolutely. I have no qualms with this woman. It sounds like she is really working on herself, and, like, I commend that for sure. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm like having a go at her, because I also really do feel like MLMs are predatory and come for people a lot. I'm also always interested in hearing from people who have been a part of it,
Good broadcast to anybody watching that, I don't know, is interested in my Scentsy reviews, that you're just aware of what's going on. Like I said, I'm still going to show my Scentsy bars and things and empties. I still really enjoy their wax. I hope that you stick around and you find other content you like if that's what you were here for. But if not, I completely understand. And I thank you for being here for the time that you were. I do want to say, and I've said this to them, but if you supported me, if you purchased through me, if you had a club through me, thank you. Truly, I I'm going to get emotional. I can't express my gratitude because your support helped me give this guy who's crying over here for my attention treats, and it helped me pay bills, and it helped me have a lot of fun.
Well, it doesn't sound like it did in January. Probably not February either.
And it was so much fun to buy the wax and share it with you and talk about it. And so if you supported my Scentsy journey, thank you very, very much. I really do appreciate it. But like I said, this is not a Scentsy boycott. I'm still going to melt and show my Scentsy, but just wanted to share an update on how I am feeling. Now, if you were looking for a consultant, I would love to give you a lot of names.
No, no, I'm not. I'm not interested in that part, man. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, I will say it is nice occasionally to to check in on, to watch people who are seemingly like decent people. I think that's probably so rare for for folks on my corner of the internet, especially since we just got to watching all that fighting back and forth in the reborn doll community. But she does seem genuinely sweet.
But to be honest, I don't know who is staying, so I'm not going to name anybody or recommend anybody as a consultant to you, only because, not that there's not amazing people. I have a laundry list of people that I would love to say, but so many people are kind of in the throes of deciding if they're staying or not, and that's for them to decide and talk about it if they wish. So sure. I think that's all I have to say. Again, not meant to be any sort of rant video, but also just want to express how I'm feeling, what's going on, and then my gratitude. So thank you for hanging out with me in this journey. So
how many times have I tried to take a drink out of my empty Stanley Murray? I think it can be interesting to hear the thoughts of just, average, everyday folks on this kind of stuff, because maybe it'll help shed light on why they might have gotten into an MLM in the first place. Absolutely, yeah. And I think that is what's fascinating about hearing from people who were directly involved in it. Because obviously there's a lot of people, I think, that make anti-MLM content that can see that it's bad from the outside. Like, I think a lot of us don't necessarily need it, but I think it it is helpful to bring humanity to the conversation when you see somebody is just genuinely trying their best.
So far, and a lot of other stuff on my channel other than Scentsy, so we'll see where it takes us.
Also, it's incredibly, as somebody who has like tried to do new things on their channels and stuff like that. Sorry, I feel like I need to go get some water after we're done here, because there's a frog in my throat. But as somebody who's like tried at different times in my very long YouTube career at this point to do different things, it's incredibly difficult to like build new audiences, build new content outside of what people already expect. So that is also probably a part of this too. Although I will say, I don't think her fragrance content was necessarily like getting as many views as even just this video did. But yeah, good for her for getting the fuck out.
Thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you at my next one.
Bye, Bye Alexis. Bye. Yeah, I need to go get some water. Do you hear my like voice? She's struggling. Water. Very hard to pivot to different content. Yeah, it's usually very hard because of many things. Like, there's the obvious of like, oh, people just didn't initially come to your channel for that. But then it's also hard because maybe people did come for actually you, the creator, and they would watch you do anything, but then YouTube isn't pushing out that new type of content into the algorithm because it's not what you normally talk about. It's not performing as well as the things you normally talk about, this, that, the other. Um, and then also just anytime you try something new, like if you've constantly been doing Scentsy content, that's like what you know. So very likely if you're gonna go try something new, you're probably not gonna be the best person at whatever that content is immediately. So it's gonna also take you time to get comfortable doing a new type of content as well. Yeah, no downline talk, no upline talk, no sniff talk either. I don't think she said any of it. Um, so it's all incredibly complicated, and then on top of that, she's like already being taken advantage of by this Scentsy corporation that, to be quite honest, probably never cared about any of their consultants outside of like the bottom line of them making money off of them. So um there's that as well. Anyways, YouTubies, that's all I got. Bye, YouTubies. Subscribe.